Keeping life affordable is a key part of the province's 2024 budget. In fact, more than 90% of our ministry's annual budget flows directly to individuals and organizations that are supporting vulnerable Albertans. Earlier this year, I announced a one-time $10 million increase in operating funding to help housing providers continue to house low-income Albertans during high inflation. I'm here today to build on that commitment. When creating Budget 2024, our housing providers and vulnerable and low-income Albertans made very clear to us that they needed us to do some important work. That is why we continue to do the work that we're doing when it comes to investing in affordable housing, particularly focusing on increasing affordable housing stock by bringing forward several affordability measures like capital grants, support for housing providers, and rental assistance. Ultimately, together with our partners, we're in the process right now of investing $9 billion to create 13,000 more affordable housing units by 2031. We've already built almost 5,000 units since 2019. We also continue to invest in rent supplements heavily. Currently, $250 million in rent supplements is coming from the province of Alberta, which is helping tens of thousands of households in our province. That's on top of $5.1 billion in affordability measures and supports. And, of course, the work that we're doing when it comes to red tape and infrastructure support that has created tens of thousands of new homes in Alberta, the highest housing starts in the history of the province, the highest purpose-built rentals in the history of our province, including last month where Calgary saw a record number of construction starts. Right now, though, more than 110,000 Albertans live in over 60,000 government-subsidized housing units. And with the cost of living rising, demand is rapidly growing. In consultation with our housing providers, it was clear that more funding was needed to meet the increased demands and keep operations running smoothly. Our government heard that and is taking action. Consequently, today, Alberta is announcing an historic $21 million increase in operating funding for our housing providers to help them manage their rising day-to-day expenses. This is an increase of nearly 40% compared to Budget 2023 and will bring the total funding up to approximately $75 million in Budget 24-25. This funding will be distributed to all housing providers across the province that operate family and community housing. Our housing providers will be able to put this money to use in supporting their hardworking staff, covering utilities and routine maintenance, and addressing costs associated with unit turnover, processing applications, and managing wait lists. These are critical operations and services that we simply cannot put on the back burner. By ensuring operations run smoothly, we can assure that vulnerable and low-income Albertans have access to affordable places to call home. I do want to take a minute to talk about how today's $75 million commitment into our Stronger Foundation strategy works. When I was appointed as Minister of Seniors, Community and Social Services, I was given a mandate to continue implementing Alberta's Stronger Foundation strategy. And we will continue to enact our 10-year plan and important work we're doing to build affordable housing across our province. By focusing on partnerships and innovation, Alberta's Stronger Foundation strategy maps out thoughtful changes needed to provide safe, stable, affordable housing for an additional 82,000 households by 2031. That's an increase of over 40% when compared to 2021. The investments I'm announcing today is part of that commitment. Though we can make sure that our housing providers keep units open and available and operations running smoothly. Because at the end of the day, this is an investment in our province and in all Albertans. Our government will keep working hard to make sure all Albertans, including vulnerable Albertans, members of our communities and those struggling because of the rising costs have a roof over their heads and a safe place to call home. And we are proud of all the hard work Alberta and our housing partners are doing to make that happen. Through our partnerships, we can continue to build capacity within the affordable housing system and make sure Alberta continues to be the best province to live, work, and raise a family. As we work together, we can find the right solutions to meet the needs of those Albertans who need it most, and Alberta's government will continue to do everything we can to ensure our housing partners have the tools they need to build and operate homes here in Alberta.